Okay, so here we are for week 2 of the 6-week block. Again, same rules apply. Think about your 5 key elements and make sure that you don't work into any pain. It should be hard without being painful. Next week's class I think I'll probably do with a bit of equipment. So if you can, you want to see if you can get hold of a soft ball, either from any of the kind of sports retailers. We got ours from Decathlon, so it might be worth giving them a wee shout, and they do delivery, which is good. Having said that, everything that we do, if you don't have that piece of equipment, don't worry about it. We can do it without that bit of equipment as well, okay? So we're going to start on the mat because that's where Pilates happens, on the floor. So off we go. You're going to start on your back. Let me take a bit of fluff off my leggings. With a nice comfortable cushion underneath your head. Alright, from there you're going to do that length through the back of the neck, shoulders down away from your ears, ribs nice and relaxed, making sure you've got that pelvic neutral. Starting with your feet and your knees together, you're going to walk your toes out, walk your heels out, okay? Nice and strong at the middle. You're going to take your right leg up to tabletop. Again, making sure you've got the palm of the hand to the top of the knee, so that means your knee's in line with your hip. And from there, you're going to deepen that contraction and take up the second leg, okay? So you're going straight into that double tabletop prep. You're going to go down and breathe, okay? Off we go. So the things you're making sure of here is that there's no change happening at the middle, that you're maintaining that gap between your lower back and the floor, and that you are being able to bring your knee up in line with that hip. You can check with both hands, have a slight hold before you bring it back down. Breathe out on the effort, okay? So up, down, and down. Nice and steady as you come up, and up. Breathe, and down, and down. Pardon me. Up, down, and down. Shoulders down away from your ears, ribs nice and relaxed. You can have your hands on at the middle like me if you want. It's going to give you a little bit of feedback about whether your tummy is bulging up into your hands when you're lifting that leg off the floor. Again, if things are feeling a wee bit irritable, what you can do, slide that heel towards your bottom, take it up. Take your time as you slide your other heel in and bring it up. Then you can bend the knee, place it down and stretch it out. Bend the knee, place it out. Okay? If you want to do that, if it's feeling a little bit irritable for you this evening, or this afternoon, or this morning, whenever you're choosing to watch. Okay? Nice and controlled as you come up, and down, and down. You're going to do 5 more. Nice and controlled, okay? Up, and down, and down. 4, up, and up, strong, down, and down. Up, and up, hold, down, and down. Up again. Good, because that's the nature of counting. We continue. 1 more, up, and up. You're going to hold it there for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Place it down. Place it down. You're going to take any cushion or folded up towel out from behind your head. You're going to place your hands back there. We do a little bit of your abdominal prep. Same principles apply, okay? So nice and relaxed the neck, shoulders down away from the ears, ribs nice and relaxed. Just because you've brought the hands up doesn't mean the ribs can come up. You're going to come up and look at your knees and then come back down. Breathing out on the effort, making sure that if you were to imagine there was a blueberry between your lower back and the floor, you are not bursting it, but you can gently pressure it as you come up and down, okay? Good. Up and down, doing really well. Up and down, okay? Nice and controlled, breathing out on the effort. Okay. We're going to just combine those 2 exercises very shortly, okay? If you find that that's too much, I'm happy for you just to maintain your feet on the floor and continue with your abdominal prep. You want to be thinking about that power coming from that lower part of your abdominals, not just up by your ribs. Okay, and it's control on the way up and on the way down, so don't just let go just because you're coming back towards the floor. You're going to come up and down. Good. We do another 5 like this, because that's a nice place to start. 6, thought I was counting down, I'm going up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're going to keep your hands there. You're going to take your legs back up to that double tabletop position. You're going to zip your legs together from your hips to your toes. And we're going to do a few in that position. Okay, so nice and controlled. Nice and smooth and steady. Again, if that makes it too irritable in the lower back, or you feel that you're losing those 5 key elements, then just pop your feet back down. You want to make sure that you're keeping your tummy in nice and strong, and that you're not letting your ribs swing up to the ceiling just because you're going up and down. Nice and steady. Nice and supported at the head, but you're not using your hands to pull your head and neck up. Okay? We'll talk about heads and necks, getting an itch. Okay, nice and steady. We're going to go for another 10 for the banter. Elbows nice and wide if you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to take it up, you're going to hold it up, you're going to stretch, return with the legs, okay? We're just going to do 10 like that, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it down, scoop it in. That was a good one. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Okay. You're going to pop your right foot down, then your left foot down. You're going to try and keep your knees bent up close enough that the tips of your fingers can reach your heels, okay? You're going to keep that cushion out from behind your head because we're going to go straight into a little bit of bridging from here, okay? So it's about trying to get that scoop up from the hips, and you're going from hips to shoulders, and then once you're in that nice long position, I want you to lower from your shoulders down to your hips, okay? So you're thinking about it as a string of pearls, you're lifting it up one at a time, and then you're going to lower it one at a time, alright? So nice and relaxed as you tuck your tailbone under, scoop all the way up to your shoulders, and then you lower down from your shoulders all the way down to your hips, okay? Nice and controlled, okay? So trying to be mindful about what's happening at your knees, that you're not letting them fall out to the side just because you're lifting through the hips. It's a very deliberate, purposeful move. Nice and relaxed at the shoulders, you're not fixing through that way, okay? And trying to maintain that coordination and that strength in the middle, okay? So you lift, 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 and then you're going to lower all the way down, okay? We're going to do a few like that, and then we're going to add in a couple of exercises to that, okay? Again, breathing out on the effort as you come up, and then you roll it back down nice and gently. Okay. Feels a bit weird not having music on, so I hope you guys do. I haven't figured out how to make that work together without it all sounding a bit wild, so we'll just go with what we've got, which is none. Maybe figure that out for next week, eh? Okay, so I want you to come up onto your toes, and you're going to do it from your toes. Up, and then down. Nice and strong and steady as you come up, and then down. We'll do another 6 like this. And up. And down. 5. Good job. That's 3 to go. And 2. And then 1 more. You're going to take it up and you're going to hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep your knees in. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to roll it down. Okay, we're going to take it up and we're going to add in your upper limb reaches, which means that you take your hips up, then you take your hands overhead if you can, keeping everything nice and steady. You return your hands and then you return your hips via the shoulders. Okay, we're going to do 10 like that. So you go up with the hips, nice and strong and steady. Before you move your arms, you take your arms overhead, you bring your arms back, then you bring your hips down. Really concentrate on keeping your knees and your feet and your hips all in a line. That you keep your hips nice and high off the floor, that you relax through the shoulders, that you allow your hands overhead and back, and a very controlled lower from shoulders to hips, okay? All the way up. 4, and down. 5, and down. 6, nice and strong, breathe. 7, good. 2 to go. That's 8, and down. 9, good. Okay, and 10, up you come. All the way up, all the way over, all the way back, all the way down. You're going to do one more, alright? You're going to add a hold in here. So bring it all the way up. Bring the hands all the way overhead, hover them just above the floor so you're not touching. You're going to keep those hips nice and high. You're going to hold it for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back first, then with the hips. Good. Scoop the knees in, give it a wee bosey. Okay. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Circle round one way. You're doing really well. Okay, you're going to circle your hips back the other way. And then we're going to roll over onto your side. And we're going to do a little bit of clamshelling. Okay, so this is where you're going to have cushion. So arm, and then cushion, and then head. Knees tucked up nice and comfortably. So you go long on that shoulder, chin down towards your chest, tuck your ribs back, long on that hip, feet together. You lift the top knee and then you lower. Good job. We're going to do a few like this and then we're going to add up a little bit of variation to it. Again, you're thinking about keeping those hips forwards facing the front edge of your mat, and you should be feeling it all around that top buttock of the moving hip. If you're not, you can try tucking your knees up a little bit more, or you can try bringing your feet a little bit further back towards the back edge of your mat. As long as when you lift that knee, you're not rolling backwards as you go. So just try and be really mindful about what position you're in while you do it. It's hard for me to be sure that you're doing the right thing, but I trust you because you're not the first time, I hope. Okay, off we go. Again, thinking about those nice strong key elements, thinking about keeping that strength and control at the middle. We're going to do another 3 like that, and down, and 2, and down, and 1, and down. So you're going to lift your feet up to hip height without sinking at the waist, so stay long on that top hip, so you've still got a little bit of a gap between your waist and the floor. From there, you're going to lift your knee and down, and then you're going to lift your foot and down. Knee, then foot. Okay, trying to keep those feet high, trying to keep those hips stable. Okay, so you're pushing it all the way through that nice range of movement as you go up and up. Good. Let's go for another. Nice and strong here. Pretty sure I just did that one. Okay. Nice and controlled. knee, down, foot, knee. Keep your feet nice and high if you can, because that's going to work that lower hip as well, just because you have to maintain that foot in the air. Okay, let's go for another few. 10, 9, 8, 7, lift your feet, 6, don't sink at the waist, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to lift that knee, you're going to hold it there for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, lift it high, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and drop it and drop it. Give it a wee cuddle up. Nice gentle rub. Yeah, boy. Okay, you're going to come over onto your tummy. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of breaststroke in prone. Okay, so this is where you're going to cushion underneath your forehead or the palms of your hands, sort of one hand on top of the other. Okay, from here, all you're going to do is nice and relaxed, chin down towards your chest, slight tuck of the tailbone under. Okay, and all I want you to do is try and lift a little bit off the floor and then lower back down. Okay, lift and then lower. It's all those big back muscles that are working as you lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. So keeping your chin down towards your chest, your face should stay facing the floor. You're going to do a nice controlled lift and lower just as high as you comfortably can. It's going to feel all the way down that back, right down to the pelvis. You want to keep the strength in the middle. Okay, so stay lifted through that pelvic floor, drawing that tummy away from the floor as you can. Keeping those elbows nice and level. And down. We're going to do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to get you to take it up and hold it if you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it down. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Hands underneath your shoulders. Nice long stretch up in that extension line. Keeping your elbows in as you come back down. And up. Try and relax into that position as much as you can. And then back down. 2 more. All the way up. And back down. And 1 more, all the way up. Good. And down. Tuck your toes under, push through your hands and onto your knees. Okay. From here, you're going to put your feet together, your knees out towards either the edges of your mat or the edge of the towel, if that's what you're lying on. You're just going to sink down as far as you can. You're going to hold that there for a few moments. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Take that stretch all the way through that back, through those shoulders even. Okay. Nice and relaxed. Okay. We're going to come down and we're going to do one more exercise on your front before you go on and do your clamshells on the other side, okay? So if you need a little bit more padding at this stage in terms of your wrist, because you're going to be leaning through your hands for a minute. Oh, my hair's gone mental. Oh, well. Right, so from here, I would probably fold my mat a couple of times Okay, so you've got a little bit of cushion in there. If you feel that you need it underneath your hips, you can do that too. You want your hands just kind of underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, okay? And the fluff off your leggings is also quite nice. Right, from there you're going to tuck your toes under, nice and strong at the middle. So chin back towards your chest, shoulders down away from your ears, ribs tucked back. Nice neutral spine there. So you drop your tummy to the floor, lift it away from the floor. And you're going to stop when you think you can balance a tray of drinks between your neck and your knickers. Okay, from that position you're going to go nice and strong, and you're going to hover your knees and then lower back down, okay? So nice and strong as you engage that core. Hover and then lower, okay? So it should be just enough that you can whip a bit of paper out from underneath and down. If that's too sore on your wrists, you can go through your knuckles, that's the other option. As you hover and then lower. Nice and gently on the lift, nice and gently on the lower, okay? Nice and controlled. You're trying to make sure that, you know, as if you were lifting off a nice, really, really good bit of cheesecake. You're going to take your knee dents off it and you're going to pop your knee dents exactly back where you took them away, okay? Without mushing the thing, okay? So, nice and strong. Strong through the shoulders, strong through the core. Then you lower. And down. We're going to do 5 and down, 4 and down, 3 and down, 2 and down, and 1 and down. So we're going to try and make it a little bit harder, okay? So what I want you to try and do is come up into that lift that you've just done there very nicely, I'm very sure. And we're going to try and keep it really low as you take a couple of steps forwards and a couple of steps back. If that feels a little bit too irritable or a little bit too hard, I just want you to maintain the hold until we come back, all right? So you're going to come up and you're going to come forwards, then back and down, okay? That's it. We're only going to do it 5 times, okay? So nice and strong. Strong around the shoulders, strong around the core as you come up. Forwards and back and down. Good. 4 to go. Up. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down. 2 to go. Up. 1, 2, 2. 1 to go. Up. Forwards and back and down. Uncurl your toes. Sink your backside to your heels. Stretch your shoulders out. Give them a wee rest. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Feel free to give your shoulders a wee roll if you need to. Don't feel that you've got to stay in that clamshell position. If actually you want to get up and give it everything a wee bit of a roll out, that's okay too. Okay, right. Shall we give your clamshells a shot on the other side, shall we? Let's do that. Okay, so down onto your other hip in any way that you're comfortable to do so. Arm out straight, cushion between your arm and your shoulder. From here, all you're going to do is chin down towards your chest, shoulder down away from your ears. Tuck your ribs back, nice and long on that top hip. And we're going to start with your clamshell. Nice and simple, okay? So nice and strong here. Hips facing that front edge of your mat. Nice and controlled, okay? And then we'll up it to your dancing clam pretty shortly, okay? Nice and steady. And it's nice to see my leggings match the cushions. That's always a win. Coordinate and blend with the background. I'm sure that's an early lesson of video pilates. Make sure you're wearing something different from your surroundings. Now, well, we all live and learn. Okay. Nice and strong. As we go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now remember this is supposed to be at the top of that moving hip that you feel it. So if you're not, you scoop your feet back or you scoop your knees up. But it should definitely be up around that hip that you feel it, okay? You're going to now lift your feet up to hip height without sinking at the waist. So rather than being there, I need you to go long on that hip so you maintain that nice level pelvis. Nice and strong. Lift the knee, lower the knee, lift the foot, lower the foot. Knee, down, foot, down. Knee, down, foot, down. Good. Nice and strong. Really thinking about your 5 key elements here. So chin down towards your chest, shoulders down away from your ears. Keeping to that rhythm of knee then foot rather than knee foot, okay? Nice and steady. Keeping everything nice and symmetrical. Foot, knee, down, foot, down, strong. Make sure you lift the foot. Keep them high away from the floor if you can. We're going to do another 5, 4, 3, 2, lift, 1, good. Lift the knee and hold it for 10, 9, 8, lift it, 7, 6, 5, nice and high, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest it down. Scoop it up, give it a wee gentle rub, because the other one will be feeling it as well. Okay, from there you're going to roll over onto your back. You're going to scoop both knees in, give it a wee cuddle. We circle round one way. And then you're going to go back the other way. You're going to put your hands at the back of your thighs. And you're going to use a little bit of momentum to come up to sitting. Okay, so that is week 2 for your Pilates block. Like I say, next week we're going to use a little bit of equipment, so a soft ball, but if you don't have that, don't worry, we can always, all the exercises that we do you can do without the ball, alright? Or you can try it with a small cushion. If you've got one of those, that'd be fine too. Like I say, it's going to be a little bit harder again because it's a progressive block, so as long as that felt comfortable and okay, I'm happy with that. We'll see you next week. Take care guys, bye.